Ladies and gentlemen, Survivor Series WarGames! Sorry, I can't shout. It's actually Thursday night. It's 2 nights before. That's when I'm recording this. So yes, it's 2 nights before Survivor Series WarGames, and I'm going to give you my predictions on what I think will be happening at the event. So stick around. Let's see if I get any right in the long run. Let's go. Also, before we start this, I should mention that next year, starting with the Royal Rumble, which is the first premium live event of 2023 for WWE, I will be introducing some sort of prediction accuracy counter, call it the pack or something, but I just want to establish some credibility in as much as we're having fun with these predictions. We're all fans and we love this, but yes, I want to get it right. I want the 100%. But anyway, let's move on to Survivor Series. We have 5 matches on the card as of right now. There might be a 6th and I will talk about it down the road, but let's start off talking about the match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus her challenger Shotzi. Now this match quite possibly might be the easiest one to predict for most people. It's going to be a one-sided thing. Everyone's going to call Ronda to win. I think the thing is, it's not believable that Shotzi could beat Ronda, but then again, Liv Morgan was tipped as not being able to beat Ronda, and then she actually beat her twice, so there is something to be said there. However, you know, I see a bigger story playing out, and I'm going to talk about it right now. I see the potential of a feud between Ronda and Shayna Baszler. I see them splitting up at some point. I can actually see Baszler facing Ronda for the title at the Royal Rumble, and then you kind of tie it to the whole Becky Lynch situation and then facing off at WrestleMania next year, finally in a one-on-one match. So yes, just going to move along this one. I will predict Ronda Rousey as the winner for this match. And then we have a triple threat match for the United States Championship. You have the champion Seth freaking Rollins defending against Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley. Now let me just say, Austin Theory has a new nickname in my head. I call him Wolverine Theory now because he's grown out the beard and he's a little more vicious. You know, I don't know where that came from, but I just said it. But yes, I call him Wolverine Theory. I think it's something we could use for this channel going forward. So yes, we have Wolverine Theory challenging with Bobby Lashley for Seth Rollins' title. And this match will be quite interesting. I actually did this match to start the show. Seth has been a little interesting because he appears to be a tweener at this point. He's not all the way a good guy. And then you have promos like what he cut on Raw with mentioning Cody Rhodes' name and what he did to him, so that definitely does put him as a tweener in my eyes, because he's not entirely good and he's not entirely bad, even though, you know, we all love him. Bobby is a little interesting because Bobby kind of had to play heel to Brock Lesnar in a twisted way. I'm just going to put this into the universe and I don't know if it's going to happen. I can actually see Brock Lesnar interfering in this match for no reason, apparently. Well, there would be a reason, but I can actually see it as an unexpected, you know, return of sorts, one of two. I will talk about the second one down the road, but yes, I do see the potential of Brock Lesnar actually coming to disrupt this whole match, really, because he is kind of intrinsically tied to all of this, if you really think about it, because it was because of Brock Lesnar that Bobby Lashley lost the championship to Seth Rollins. It's because of Brock Lesnar that Austin Theory failed a cash-in the past. So, you know, it's a nice way of kind of joining the loop together, but I'm just throwing it out there. Who do I think is going to win? Well, Seth really just got into, I won't say he's gotten into high gear yet. He's just, you know, carving out his new championship reign. I would give that win to Seth. I would expect a banger of a match though. Also, I was telling you people to forget about Theory being buried. I don't know why everybody was so panicky. I get it. We've had PTSD from the Vince McMahon era, but I told you to trust Triple H. And look, we've even forgotten that Theory actually had the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's all for the better, really. But yes, Seth's gonna win. And then we have a one-on-one match featuring AJ Styles going up against Finn Balor. Now, if you have seen their match from TLC 27, that impromptu match that was put together, you know, because Bray Wyatt and Roman and a couple of other talents missed because of a staph infection. On that night, we got AJ Styles versus the Demon Finn Balor. Great match. You guys should go ahead and watch it before you see this match. Now, there's a lot of different elements playing out. You've seen the brawls on Monday Night Raw. You've seen the OC constantly getting their, you know, what's handed to them by the Judgment Day. So it's been a very interesting story. Now, AJ and Finn, I have no doubts they're going to tear the house down. I would think that you would want to give the win to AJ Styles here. For some reason, I don't know, Finn he's won quite a lot since Triple H came into power. But I'm not tying this to political affiliations in any way. I'm just saying, I actually see the potential of AJ winning, just to further the story a little bit. The OC is really yet to get a win against the Judgment Day in any capacity. Of course, you've had Carl Anderson, who I think he beat Finn, or he beat Damian Priest, someone, on an episode of Raw a couple of weeks back. That being said, yes, I would expect AJ to win. So I'm going to tip him to win, although I wouldn't rule the possibility of Finn winning, but I've stuck to my guns and I will call AJ Styles as the winner. Now, even though there are 5 matches on the card, I did mention earlier that I believe there will be a 6th, and this is the match I believe will happen: Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. Now, this story has been insane. You've had Bray come back, give these really interesting promos. You've had LA Knight as the perfect foil to everything he has been doing, and you know that SmackDown segment from last week just creeped me out. I never watched it live. I had to see the videos later. I was like, oh my goodness, this is something straight out of a horror movie, with Bray in the dark with the Uncle Howdy mask, if I believe that's what it was, and then coming back from commercial only to see LA Knight buried under all of this rubble or equipment with his bag just over there. So in any case, yes, I do expect this match to happen if LA is gutsy enough. I wouldn't expect this to be on a SmackDown, but this will be Bray Wyatt's in-ring return. If that is so, this will be the first time in about, I want to say, first time since WrestleMania 37 last year, which is crazy to think about. But yes, in that event, I would pick Bray to win. I'm just throwing it out there. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. There's so many things happening on SmackDown tomorrow. Probably the setup for that, and then the next match, which is the women's WarGames match. You have Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley going up against Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Mia Yim, and a 5th member who will be revealed on SmackDown tomorrow night. Now, if you ask me, and no one's asking me, but I'm just offering my opinion, there have been rumors that Becky Lynch will be coming back, and she actually has been told that she will be the 5th person. But if I didn't know about this, I would have said Sasha Banks. The reason I say that is because there is a hood which clearly matches one of her attires. She has an attire like that, so there is that. And then you kind of see the person, this figure has a blue streak of hair. It's very faint, but you can actually see it. And the only person I know with colored hair, aside Mia Yim, of course, is Sasha Banks. So it would make sense to make Sasha the 5th person, although you want to kind of connect it to Naomi at the same time. But they'll figure it out. Otherwise, I expect this match to be incredibly insane. I expect a lot of great things to happen. And if I had to pick a winner, I would go with Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. And I'm saying this primarily because you are kind of starting to see them plant seeds for Rhea challenging Bianca for the title at some point. And if she dethrones Bianca, I have no problems. Bianca has had a great run since WrestleMania. I have said this in the past, I will say this again. Give Bianca a Mandy Rose-esque run. Mandy Rose has had the NXT Women's Championship for well over almost 400 days at this point, if I'm not mistaken. So you want to give Bianca something like that. But if you decide to dethrone her, there is no one else that should do it except for Rhea Ripley. Although, now that I think about it, the 5th person to this other team for Bianca, I mean, not this other team for Bianca, to Bianca's team, should or could be Candice LeRae, because she has sort of pried a bit. But then, of course, the reveal didn't happen on Raw, so it wouldn't make sense to review a Raw superstar on SmackDown. You know, it has to be Becky, or it could be Charlotte for all we know. I really don't know. It's all a mess. But yes, I would pick Damage Control's team to win. And then we have the men's WarGames match. You have the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and the Honorary Usos, Sami Zayn, going up against the Brutes. That's such a funny name. You have Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, and Kevin Owens. Now, Kevin Owens' introduction in this has been genius. Of course, there were rumors circulating, or not rumors, but it was almost confirmed that he had sprained or torn his MCL or something like that. I think it was sprained. So everybody was expecting him to not be part of it, and they were like, okay, WWE is in a bit of a booking hole, and then here he is, he shows up. It kind of is funny for everybody, but the point is, I would expect, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I kind of want Drew McIntyre's team to win. I mean, the Bruties, you know. And I saw Simon Miller float this in his predictions video, and I don't think it's a bad idea if Kevin Owens pins Roman Reigns, but that would be a really crazy visual. And this is another thing that will be happening on SmackDown tomorrow. You will have the advantage match for the men's War Games match. You have the Usos going up against the Brawling Brutes. I believe I would expect the Brawling Brutes to win because the Usos never seem to get things done for whatever reason. But I'm just saying that. Don't mind me. I'm just saying that because I actually see the visual of Roman Reigns being the last man to enter the War Games match, which would actually make perfect sense. So yes, if you want that visual, you kind of go for that. Now, ideally, I want to see the Bloodline win. I mean, it will only make sense. Although it wouldn't be bad for story purposes to set up Kevin Owens, but actually, see, I'm going to scrap everything I just said. Let's go with the final prediction. I am going to predict that the Bloodline walks out of War Games with the win. So yes, I have logged in 5.5 predictions because I'm not sure that that 6th match I mentioned in the middle of the video might actually happen, but it would make sense if it does happen. Some people have also said Dexter Lumis and Miz would face off at Survivor Series, but it wouldn't really make sense because clearly they were like 2 weeks from now at the time the match was first announced, which would point to Raw. I know I'm blabbing a lot right now. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Ghana lost today too, so I'm not in the best of spirits. But yes, this has been my list of predictions. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Catch me for my review of Survivor Series 2022 War Games after Survivor Series is done on, well, it will be Sunday morning over here, but I will get it out as soon as I can. It's going to be a busy day and I'm excited, but yes, please subscribe, please like this video, check out this other video that YouTube thinks you will like, and I will see you in another one. Till then, take care. I'm John Andrew. Peace, my G's.